Welcome. It's December. We've talked a lot amongst ourselves several times about decluttering or cleaning out our closets, or kind of as we've gotten to know each other, just a brief education. Sheila is definitely the minimalist in the family. She does so good at giving herself whatever it is, a boundary or whatever, and she is definitely a less is more. And I wish I could be more like you, Sheila. Rachel and I are not quite that way. That's all I'm going to say. I do pretty good. I go through spurts where, I want to get rid of things and it'll be a moment and I have to act on it because then I won't want to do anything. It's almost too much work. It's not that I don't like to get rid of things or declutter my life. Sometimes it's just too much and I don't want to do it. We could each share some stories where we're at. But I found this little quote that said, December, declutter your home, detox your schedule, de-stress your mind, and decide what matters most. And that resonated with me. I think it's an underlying thing that we all talk about, just finding our path in midlife and really figuring out what matters most. And to some people, it's things, and that's fine. And to some people, it's experiences.
I definitely do like things and experiences. So. For me, it is, I feel that I'm kind of in that stage where I do need to declutter a little more. Leading up to the month of November, I started kind of prepping for my first oils vendor showcase. And so I was picking up all kinds of things. The showcase happened, and then I just came home and I just threw everything in the front. I was like, I will deal with it later. Well, later came, and I needed that room. So I did start to declutter as I was removing things over, shifting things over. I'm like, what is this? What is this? And so, yes, I can't remember which one of you told me, one thing at a time, just one.
Oh, that was Sheila. That's definitely yeah.
So that day, I actually just did one thing, and it's been going ever since. So every day, it's been one thing. I look at it. Do I really need it? Does it have a purpose? No. Bye. And
right.
Things are hitting the trash can. And it's actually kind of been like rewarding. It's like, oh, there's space there. There's a shelf I have not seen in no time.
Rachel, I love this.
That front room is almost complete. I've got just a little more of my oil stuff kind of still stacked, but I'm finding homes for it. And even in the garage, we were just chunky stuff in the garage. And so he was off, I think sometime maybe a week ago or so, and he just started cleaning up. And I was like, oh my gosh, look, there's floor space. And we're just like pulling stuff left and right.
You got to strike while the iron's hot.
That's sure. Like, this is momentum. I got to keep going. And so it's just like, okay. And so I will now every day go through every room and just start looking at stuff. Do I really need that? Is it purposeful? Have I used it? No, it's gone slowly. And actually, this is, I know we're looking at my table, right? This is less clutter than I usually get. But every day I'm looking at the table going, okay, what did I just put down? Why did I put it there? Is it because I'm coming back to it, or is it because I'm about to get rid of it? This just came because here in the last 2 days, we kind of haven't been home. But every day I'm just like, okay, something every day. It's got to serve a purpose. If it doesn't, then it's gone.
Yeah.
Same thing with my closet.
Yes.
As I was pulling stuff out to get things ready for gift wrapping, found the bag, and I'm like, I don't even know what's in this bag. What ended up being gifts for my daughter.
It's just like, for this year or last year? Okay. So at least it was this year.
It took me a minute, and then I was like, oh, I do remember when I got it, why I got it. It's good because it's little things that to me are like those tiny wins. I get my little flag out. I'm like, I did it.
So what I've started doing, I didn't really pay attention, but now I do. We do a lot of online shopping. So we get a lot of empty boxes hanging out at our house. I have a place for it, and my family knows we're in the middle of doing this. It's near the garage, which is the entrance that we use a lot. And there's a cardboard box, and that is where things go to the Goodwill. And it's just dump. So if you just find 3 shirts that you don't want anymore, you just dump it. Sometimes I'll do that in my closet. If I know I need to go through my closet, but I'm not in the mood for some reason, which is often. But if I try something on and I'm like, this is never going to happen. Like there will just be mornings I'm getting ready and off come 3 or 4 and I just dump it in the box. It takes a while for it to get full. And then what that does for me is it's sat in there. I mean, it's clearly sat in my closet for several months and I haven't worn it, but now it's in the go box. And it's still sat there for a few weeks. I don't need that anymore. It can go to a new home or to somebody else. And so that's just something that works well for us. And we just did that in my house. My husband did not know what we were talking about today. I took a box earlier this weekend, like I think Friday or Saturday to the Goodwill. We get rid of a lot of clothes in our house, like a lot of clothes. And I took a box, and right before I left, I saw my husband. He was going through his drawer and picking out shirts, and he said, "Where's the box, Dana? Did you have another box?" So it's happening. And I wonder if that's just part of December. We're buying, we're getting excited. We know we're going to give, and it just kind of makes you want to declutter.
We do something similar. We've got a box and or a bag that's near the front door. And we actually have 2 piles of things there that's ready to go to donate. And I wanted to ask you, these things that you're setting aside, that you're decluttering, are they your own things or are they your family's things?
Mine are my own, but I also threaten my family to put things in there, if I'm being honest. My mom was pretty good at that. I remember growing up that when we got old enough between seasons, like spring and summer, or as we got into fall and winter, she would help us, air quote, go through our closets with our clothes specifically. Like, what have you outgrown? Let's pull it out. We need, because we know now as parents, our kids have outgrown stuff. So there's no reason to keep it. We want to gift it or do whatever we want to do with it. So that's kind of where that came from. And it was always like, we'll go shopping after you get rid of, the things that you don't wear or that don't fit anymore. And she would like make us try it on and all the things. I don't do a fashion show for my family anymore. I just pull it out. But I've also tried to do that with my son because my husband and I are different. He likes to hold on to everything forever. My son is a little bit that way too. And so I try to encourage him since he's been in college. When he comes home for Christmas break or for summer, I'll be like, okay, do you still need 30,000 socks? Because you're at college and only had 10 pair. So let's just get rid of them. And so I will kind of give him a deadline and then I'll threaten him and then he'll go through it and get rid of his items.
I think that's what I need to do. That top drawer, he's been gone for what?
Yeah, a year and a half.
Yeah. And I'm like, how are there so many socks still in that drawer?
Right.
You don't even live here anymore.
I don't understand.
It is so hard. It is so hard. You know that I'm a minimalist at heart, but I am definitely a work in progress. I struggle with decluttering in my closet and in the rest of the house. I love that this conversation was prompted, especially during this time that we're in the holidays. So we're putting up our Christmas things. And we've got these Dickens Village houses.
I have the Snow Village.
Right? So these were passed down to my husband's family from his mom, who it was so kind to offer it to us. And she's also very sentimental, but wanted to pass that on to him and our family. My husband says to our girls, would you like these? Otherwise, we're going to donate it. And I'm thinking, oh, please, we're going to donate it, right? We're going to declutter. And the girls quickly replied, no, I want it. We're keeping it. So it's so hard. So that's why I had asked you, when you're decluttering, is it your own stuff or is it your family? So for me, I struggle with helping in air quotes my family to minimize, but when it's their time, they're going to do it.
Yes.
I can't force it on them, and it's not on me to dispose of their items. So I do my best to take care of my own stuff. And then I'm hoping that they see that and it's reflected in their actions. But that's where we are right now in our own house.
The holidays is definitely a time. I'm sentimental. I do like generational things. They like make my heart feel good. I have a hard time getting rid of those items. When we moved here, I grew up in the same house. I lived in the same house my whole entire life. My family didn't move until I became an adult and became independent and things like that. And then when my husband and I got married, again, we lived in the same house until we moved here. So 14 years. Moving was very eye-opening. I didn't think that we had a lot of stuff. We had so much stuff. Holy moly.
Right.
Holy moly. And we didn't move with a couch. Like, we moved with dressers. My dad was a woodworker, so anything that my dad built, we moved, and maybe a desk and a kitchen table. But we got rid of all of our other furniture. Couch, bookcases, beds, bed frames, mattresses, everything. And our moving truck was packed. We used extra space. Now, we had a lot of gym equipment that takes up space, but still, I sold everything. I would put something in a marketplace and sell it. I sold coffee pots and espresso makers and all the furniture, everything. And we still had so much stuff. And then when we moved here, we moved into a rental, and I said, we're not unpacking. We are not living here. This is temporary space. We bought a couch when we moved here. maybe a TV stand and a TV. Beds. We had to buy beds, like mattresses. And, but I didn't unpack anything. So for a whole entire year, we lived, in my opinion, minimally.
Sure.
And then when we moved, I was so excited. But then I started thinking, I lived for a whole year without these items. I think so. I went through stuff again, sold, I feel like a quarter of the stuff again, and we still don't have space for it.
I know. Isn't that wild?
insane.
It's crazy. So I had heard one time that the average household, and maybe this has changed since then because it might have been a couple of years ago that I heard this statistic, that in the average household, there are over 300,000 items that we have.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
And we too have
They're all
moved.
in this room. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
in the kitchen alone, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we've moved several times as well. And then when you start having to pay for your own moving expenses, boxes, moving van, and hiring people out, and you think, wait a minute, I need to purge first because otherwise we're getting charged for all this stuff that's being transported to a new place.
And you have to pack it all up. Oh my word.
Right.
So much packing.
Right. There was one time I was so frustrated. We were getting ready for a move and I said, let's just get rid of everything and start over. I'm done. I'm just done. I mean, our sofa is pretty old. It's one of my favorite designs and man, that sucker is getting tired. We probably should get rid of it.
Are you
soon.
sure it's not the family in this case? I'm just saying.
Right.
But that's no judgment. We all are incredibly lucky and blessed, and we have there's memories. I don't want to get rid of my memories or the things that are sentimental. So I'm going to throw this out here. We didn't talk about this. What about with your children and their childhood? Like, is that a place you don't have to answer if you don't want to? That can be a place that's kind of tricky. And something that I did, I don't know, halfway through raising my child is I told myself one box. I only have one kid. I get one box. I don't mind keeping things, but right now, I feel like I have a good memory, so I didn't feel the need raising him to keep everything because I feel like I remember the important things, the stories, kept a few things. I would keep it all, and then every couple years, I would go through it and pick out one or two things. And so he has one box.
I love this idea.
Like whatever.
Okay.
And how remind us how big your box is.
Mine is to find a box.
It's like whatever a normal Rubbermaid tote.
Like an 18-gallon then.
I don't know. Yeah, sounds right.
I could probably condense their stuff down to, I probably need to condense their stuff down to one. So I have a hope chest in my bedroom. And I know at least half of that sucker is their artwork, their schoolwork, their things that they
Not
did.
bad for two kids.
True, but I think I don't think it's 50-50. I think it's one more or the other. But I've got that. I've got two totes in the front actually.
Oh, there's more.
There's more. And then they both have their rooms still. Now he doesn't have as much stuff because he was like, I don't need it. He chunked it.
Right. Yeah, he's a boy. Half the stuff doesn't make it home when
and
you're a
most
little
of the
boy.
stuff that's left here for her, I think, is just again sentimental things. Things are marking we're not throwing out the bouquet. We're not throwing
Yeah.
So she did condense all of her stuff down, I think. And every time she comes home for an extended period, she will go through that.
Oh, see, that's good.
But there's still stuff in the dresser. And I'm like, you don't live here.
Right.
What is in that dresser?
Oh, right.
I mean, here's the thing about our kids is it's sentimental in the moment. Do you go back and look at it once a week or once a month? Or
Right.
I don't even know where it is.
Yeah.
I don't even know where it is.
Well, speaking of sentimental, I think it was you, Dana, who had mentioned it. And my sister-in-law is really good at this too. Like you've got several sets of china, several sets of dishes.
I do have a dish fetish.
And you actually use them.
I do.
Right.
I try.
So just like when your daughter comes home and she sees these trinkets from her childhood, she actually reminisces about it. She will take it out. She knows where they are.
Yep.
But if it's tucked somewhere and you have forgotten about it, then my question is to myself as well, like, why am I hanging on to this?
Yeah.
If it's not displayed somewhere and I affectionately look at it, or I don't use those sets of dishes on any given day, and what is the purpose in having it?
Agree. Yeah. And that's kind of where I need to start because there are things, especially in this room.
Really?
But well, like all of this is all my mom's.
Oh, see, I think that's sweet.
And I was like,
I keep the pictures.
everything else that was all in her kitchen. And I was like,
I never knew that.
that
I
was all
can
her
see
stuff.
how that's tough if you
But
asking yourself whether or not to hang on to things.
it's like, will I ever change my design? I'll probably keep that. That really is very minimal.
Yeah.
But dishes, oh my gosh, so many dishes, so many pots, pans, things
Have
that
a garage sale. Cousins love garage sales.
Yes,
They do.
They do.
We don't do that on the West Coast. I'm just going to say right
Really?
now. No.
No, I've been to garage sales.
I mean, we have garage sales,
Yeah.
but not the way you guys do
There was
here.
one yesterday.
There are a lot of estate sales that I've seen. And
Oh,
maybe that's
yeah.
something that's new to me.
Well, I actually joined a link. We have one every week.
Oh, really?
Rachel, you
Oh
cannot
my
go.
gosh.
No.
And I
Oh my
don't know,
gosh.
but
No,
I'm
Rachel.
looking at this, and it's funny because the majority of the stuff that these people are selling that this particular company does, you can tell these are older,
Mhm.
generations, because they still have something like that Victorian
Yeah.
touch to them.
Yeah.
Quilts.
Yeah.
Every time I see it, there's a quilt in those pictures.
There's always a quilt.
Linens. They're selling their. I was like, I can't go buy somebody's.
Yeah, that's weird.
You can.
I can, but I don't want to.
Sure. Have you heard of this thing called the Swedish art of death cleaning?
No.
The idea is that you and perhaps with your family go through your house because you don't want your family to have to look through your things at the moment of your death. And so why not take care of that stuff now?
I love that. I didn't know it had an official name, but I used to do that at my grandma's house. And my husband early on in our marriage was like, that is so morbid. And I said, no, it's not. First of all, I'm her favorite. Nobody else lives here.
Chicks.
Yeah, I get first dibs. And like the things I pick, the china for one, every holiday we use the same china. Is it something I would have bought for myself? Absolutely not. But Christmas, Easter, and birthdays, we use, like, I can see the dinner laid out on the dining room table. So to me, I wanted her to know that that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
And I mean, in the end, when she passed away and we were moving and my mom was moving and we went through everything, turns out I didn't take everything I thought I would. I was very intentional about why I picked what I didn't. And a lot of things I said, no, I can't take that. And my mom would be like, are you sure? Don't you remember? And I'm like, yes, but I don't have any space for it. Because we do live differently now. Like the family things, the heirlooms. My grandmother had this giant china cabinet and this humongous dining room table and all these things. And we don't live that way anymore.
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh, I have a cousin who does. She
Okay, well,
carries
maybe,
that kind of cabinet.
maybe some people do.
Just
But
like, it's time to let that go.
I mean, if I had a McMansion and actually had a dining room, then that would be, I like it. It's sentimental to me, and I could definitely fill it with things, tchotchkes and such. But I recognize that it's a memory, it's a core memory. I will always be able to picture it, and that's good enough for me.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's where I am. I can hold on to the memories and I don't necessarily need to hold on to that tangible item.
Mhm.
I'm okay with it,
Mhm.
but others in my family aren't ready for that yet.
Well, don't you think it's a little bit of an evolution too? I mean, you are a mature adult, Sheila, and
Well,
you've moved
most days I am.
I mean, you've moved several times, and so you understand. After so many times, you're probably like, there's things like the couch that will continue to move with you, but there are other items that will get left behind.
Right.
Okay, going back to the moving then, how often did you move in your lifetime? And maybe that's why it's different for me, because I haven't.
Yeah, I'm more like you. I haven't. I mean, I moved out of my house.
Mhm.
I got married. We bought a house. That was it. I had a couple apartments, but to me, that doesn't count, right? But you guys, my husband holds on to things. He's sentimental, and he does not like to move. The fact that he wanted to move to another state, nobody understands
All the
that.
stuff.
Yeah, humongous.
Yeah. Well, with that kind of move, I imagine that he didn't want to purge at that
It
moment.
was really hard. But no, I didn't. Like I said, I grew up in the same house my whole entire life. So I didn't move. I don't really know how to do that or what to hold on to or how big of it. I mean, the move from Washington to here was just, I learned a lot of things in that move. Some people have to move a lot for many different reasons. Some people choose to move a lot and some people don't. And again, there's no judgment. It's just the way it is. But I imagine the more you move, the better you get at it.
Exactly, right.
And depending on what the purpose is, if it's a financial thing or you're downsizing or it's for a job and you're moving across the country or out of state, I imagine you do live minimally because, you have to move. But if you're somebody who moves because other people are paying for it, you probably don't care so much because you're not footing the bill. But
That's true.
We foot the bill on a cross-country move, and let me
Oh,
just
I-
tell you,
yeah.
it was hefty. I mean, we had a budget for it.
Yeah,
but
no, I
still, it
imagine.
was a lot.
I'm just counting in my head. We've moved at least 6 times. Once right out of state.
Okay.
And since coming here, we've moved twice. One was a big girl move, and the company paid for it, and that was sweet. Yeah, I mean, we didn't have to do anything. That was probably one of the best moves, because everybody's taken care of. Every time we've done our best to purge, and it's hard every time because you don't know what you will need and what you were sentimental about. It's constantly a work in progress.
I like what you said earlier. There was a show on TLC a long time ago. It wasn't Hoarders, but it was a show before that where they went in and they decluttered, but they also remodeled the houses. And one of the things they did was they had them bring everything out, put the tarps on the lawn, said, you need to go through this. And do you like keep it, maybe, or trash or something, or donate trash or something. So you only had 3 piles. The keep pile, you'd have to go through again. You'd have to go through the keep pile at least twice. So now you're disassociated with those 2 and the keep pile. I don't know why I remember this, but I do. And I think that's kind of where my box thing came in. Like put it in there, out of sight, out of mind. Okay, I can go through it. I'm okay letting this go because I did it. It really is out of sight, out of mind. That might be some version
My
of
closet
something.
is kind of like that.
Kind of.
There is
Kind
this
of.
closet, and we
Yeah.
love Rachel. And if I mean, the closet is personal, so we don't want to invade her space. But
Right.
we will if we're asked to.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
one
she
day.
knows we would never. I hope you know that this is all in fun,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Where
no,
we tease
no.
you about things, but we would never force you to do anything.
No, I think it would be.
To get rid
I
of
would-
my thing.
I'm just kidding.
It would be fun. It
I
would
never
be fun to do it for sure because I'm just like I'm in my things of life right now. I'm like wearing the same clothes
Yeah.
every
Yep.
week.
Yep.
But then I
too.
have those clothes where I know and they have to go into the office, so I have to have
Sure,
set
right.
of clothes
That's reasonable.
And then I have that set of clothes of like, oh, you're not quite fitting into them, and you really haven't worn them in. Remember,
Get rid of them. Nope, you get rid of
I
them.
haven't worn it in a year, and it's at the end, and
Nope,
I said,
out.
if I hadn't worn it, I was gonna junk it. I was like, dang, so many dresses.
You know what I did? I actually have been buying myself. So my thing is pants. Having an issue with pants. It's a whole midlife crisis in my world. You're welcome. Kind of found the style of pants. So I bought like 3 or 4 pairs of pants and I love them. And then I just looked in my closet this morning and there's this whole line of pants that they don't make me feel good. Like I feel like I'm a stuffed sausage in them, but I'm keeping them. And just today I said to myself, so you just need to put them in the box because
Right. That's right.
you're not going to wear them.
Yeah. Those clothes don't define you.
I do find myself because I'm like, well, I bought a new piece. So I got a piece of something has to go.
Yeah, there you
and
go.
so it does get swapped.
Mhm.
Now, what happens in my closet is it ends up on the floor. I've got a pile going on the floor. So
Do you
I'm
want me
like,
to come take the pile away?
no.
He's not ready.
Because it's
No,
in a
it's
bag,
okay.
and so it just needs to transform over
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah.
I love that.
Okay. I do follow what you do as well. You've got those 3 different piles that keep, donate, and trash.
Yeah.
So that's really useful.
Yeah.
And that's helping me with my declutter.
Okay,
So
good.
it's either do I donate it? Is it good enough for me to donate? If not, then it can get trashed. Most of everything that I found, the one thing that I'm doing a day
Mhm.
is going to get trashed. I'm like, why? Why do I have that? Why?
There are some items I love to sell stuff on Marketplace. Like I love it. I'm not selling it to make a profit. I'm selling it because it's an item that I have not touched in so long. Like maybe it's an old dresser. You know, when we first moved here, we just bought junky stuff. So an old dresser, but I remember raising children and you just need something to throw their stuff in. I sell stuff for $25 or less. And we live in an area where I think a lot of people do that. And so it's great. I never do anything when my husband isn't home with me. Typically, what I will say is, sure, my husband's home today. You can swing by. This is the area I live in.
Yep.
And if they respond back, I'll say, okay, tell me when you're on your way. And I will not give out my address. But I've met people like in the grocery store parking lot. I'll
Okay.
be like, I'll meet you at Walmart. I'm in a,
Yes.
red whatever. But I just think you have to be safe no matter what. So I usually say stuff like, my husband will be there. And
Yeah.
Yes. Or we will.
yeah, or we'll meet you wherever. If you're selling something for $20, it's not a big deal. it could get interesting if you're selling like high quality, really nice things or something that costs a lot of money that you might get riffraff. I sold Christmas trees and athletic equipment and mattresses. I mean,
we've bought and sold cars.
Yeah.
And done well.
In the marketplace?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. eBay. So that's what you can do with some of your things that you want to.
If you
Well,
want
I
to make a little
started
money,
getting
hand off
so-
on.
ooh, yes, that's good.
But the lady I can find, which she's actually in Michigan, so
Yeah.
I actually ship my stuff to her.
That's fine.
But I'm not going to use it. I would
What
have
a
just
great
donated
idea.
it.
Yeah.
And she was trying to build up her business, and so she
That's
reached
cool.
out to me. Send you some stuff.
Okay.
And
I love that.
There are a couple of places out here that.
oh yeah,
buy
there's
things.
lots of consignments.
Mhm.
Some will only do it by season. So like I was just cleaning my closet out, so I had every season. At that point, it has no attachment to me. So I'm like, yeah, I'll send it to you.
Right. Okay. But you had mentioned that you find yourself wearing the same clothes every week. I do too. And we can be creative and work
Well,
some
Sheila, we
magic.
were going to talk to you about that. I'm just kidding.
But
I'm just
I was
kidding.
wearing that same sweatshirt
Yeah,
last week.
You just wear that
And
2
I'm
years ago.
totally okay with it.
We know what we're comfortable with.
Yes.
It's okay.
Certainly.
Yeah.
There's this notion though, and I believe that it was Steve Jobs. He wore the same thing all the time. It was a black turtleneck and jeans.
Mhm.
And there's something to be said about people who have this routine. My old boss, old boss, he pretty much wore the same thing every day. He ate the same thing for lunch every day and worked out for however many hours. So he had this routine.
Yeah.
So when you're not inundated with trying to figure out what am I going to wear, what am I going to eat, like you're more focused, your head is clear, you're in a good space to go about your day. And so that's a good thing about not having so many clothes. You don't have too many things to choose from in the morning.
If I had extra money, I would totally pay somebody to make me a capstone wardrobe for like each season. I'd be like, here's my size. Here's what I like. Go do it.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot do it. I have tried. I have followed. I'm terrible at it. I would be down for that because I agree with you, Sheila. Like sometimes I walk into my closet and I think, this is ridiculous. Who needs this many clothes? Honestly, Dana.
Yeah,
Who needs all
that's
of
me.
this?
That's exactly what I think.
But if I'm being honest,
Things to pots in the pans, all that, books.
I mean, now my mom loves to buy her books from the Goodwill. So I think people do look for books at the
I'd rather
Goodwill.
buy a
so-
used book
Yeah.
that's in
Mhm.
good shape than buy a brand new book. I don't really
Yeah.
do. Sorry, I don't go to Barnes and Noble like I used
Right.
to back in the day.
Well,
You're also dating yourself by saying that. What about Borders? Do you go to Borders?
Right. Are they still open?
What's Border?
I'm just teasing.
My younger
Let's
daughter and
million.
I will go to the Goodwill and go thrifting. She's gotten some great finds in clothing.
Yeah.
I've gotten some good deals with clothing too.
You're welcome, community. I put my stuff there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. But again, we're talking about decluttering and trying to find out what is important in your life right now and whether it can hold a space. And of course, it isn't for everybody. And we're not saying that one is right or one is wrong, but just to have a sense of where you are on your journey and in your season of life. I happen to be in this phase, and so with you girls. So everybody's different. And
Oh yeah, people asked me 10 years ago, and I'm like, oh, I'm not in that. What's the declutter? I like that.
exactly. And as you should.
I do find a lot of satisfaction in the moment when I have gone through something or I've set stuff aside either to sell or gift to a friend or drop off at a donation. I do feel really good. So, if you have a struggle or it's not something you've done, I love your suggestion, Sheila, of just do one thing. Do one room and pull one thing from the room at a time until you feel satisfied. There's no magic. There's no right or wrong. I mean, we're just 3 people. So we don't know. I mean, we're just
I've been doing it for 2 weeks now, and like I said,
sharing what works best. So
That's right.
something's working because I do feel like I did do something.
Right.
There's a
And
piece on the floor.
you
I haven't
feel
seen
a
it
little
in
bit
2 years.
cleansed. Right. If you are following this journey of letting go, I've heard as well that your most sentimental items do last. Yeah.
Oh
And
yes,
those are the hardest.
they have meaning.
Mhm.
There's something behind it. May or may not be anything important that the kids may want later on, but you kind of get a feeling. I know they want my diamonds.
I would like to be rolled into your diamond collection as well.
That's right. Who wouldn't want the diamonds?
Well, as we get through December, just remember December, declutter your home, detox your schedule, and de-stress your mind. So I hope that as we get closer to the big holiday, that everybody listening takes time to just detox and whatever that means to you. Spending time with your family, taking time off work, working if that is fills your tank, whatever it is.
Turn your phone off.
Okay, now that's
30 minutes is not going to kill you.
It's not going to kill you. Just
No,
don't
it's
forget
not.
to turn it
Turn
back
it back
on.
on.
To listen to the podcast.
yes, please. And with that, pause, please.